So I work with different natural psychedelics from San Pedro to hongos, Niños de Luz, what now science calls psilocybin, peyote, mescalina, what science calls mescalina, and ayahuasca, DMT, what they call DMT. All of them, I bow to them, all of them, they are masters without an ego. For me, they are really different. They have different qualities, have the spirit of a plant, and of course the chemistry is totally different. So in the way they bond with our body and the chemistry influence is totally different. And the spirit that they have connects with us and bonds with us in a totally different way. I love them all. I'm very grateful for them all. But if you ask me, where is my heart? My soul is all of them. I can't distinguish, I can't even say one is better than others. And many people that they take with me the different medicine, they say that, what they think that it's easier become exactly as ayahuasca. That's why I believe the true influence of the shaman, not only by this reason, but it's really important, the person who is given. It's not only the amount and the substance itself. It's the quality that you carry inside of you, how real and honest you are, how much work do you have inside of you. So San Pedro, somehow, even with big amounts in my body, in my work, was the most soft one, opening the heart, but at the same time was really deep and really strong. Hongos, we call Niños de Luz, and the tricky ones, because they really work with our ego. They can bring us the big illusions, they play with us. But they are true masters of healing. They can take us to places really deep too, like San Pedro. All of them, I can't divide. Mescalina, for me, it takes really long, so many hours. I love them all the nights around the fire. And I learned them in different traditions. For example, peyote, I really learned with the Huicholes. So the tradition of Huicholes is a social ceremony where you confess in front of everyone to the master fire through the master peyote. And you vomit in front of everyone into the fire, and you confess verbally. You need to speak. So it's a social, a community healing. You really expose yourself beyond everything that happens in that ceremony. With ayahuasca, for example, is totally different. Is the Peruvian Amazon lineage where I come. It's totally in darkness. And for me, ayahuasca, she's a true mother. She can be very, very caring, and she can really be like a chicote. She can really be, you don't want to go, and she take you where you need to go. So, and she, for me, is the one that really takes the ground of our feet. That is really important for the ego and for the dissolution of so many fears. He has dying, he has detachments. So I can't put them one above other. What I can say is I give more time to ayahuasca because of my personal choice. Because I see there somehow stronger ceremonies. And I have many people saying, when I take mushrooms with you, it's like ayahuasca ceremony. So for what other people perceive. But what I see in ayahuasca is the ground really goes. And I love that. If it's done in a safe way. Because take us to places that normally we are really afraid to face. All of them, they do this. All. But somehow I chose, or ayahuasca chose me. So I was into the red path, and in the red path we were working, and I was many years with hongos, peyote, San Pedro, ayahuasca, So I was highly trained in different traditions in their own ways, where we use the same substances in totally different way, with different rituals. And I'm so grateful for all of them. And I can't say this is better than other. No, I can't. They are all amazing and so important. And I believe that is one of my beautiful resources. I was really there with them. I am still there with them. I really was learning all these different ways, and I can use one tradition, another tradition, or sometimes even combining them. So I started my path with natural psychedelics by being inside of the indigenous tribes, the ones that they carry this wisdom and this healing process for centuries. So only now, some years ago, the medical approach started to touch. And why? Because many of us, we went into the indigenous traditions, the ancient wisdom, and we saw the benefits in ourselves. And that's why thousands of people started to really looking for. And in these thousands of people, there's scientists, psychologists, all kinds of sorts of people that they felt the benefits. The way the indigenous tribes that I was immersed with them, living with them, Amazonia, Peruvian Amazonia, Huichol is from Mexico, San Pedro, the plants from the cactus, Mescalina from the red path, that is the union between North America and South America, ancient wisdom. We see this, and I include myself there. We see this not as a therapeutical process. We see as a communion with the mystery of life. For us, everything has a spirit. And my personal healing is not separated from the community, from the ecosystem of the planet and the universe itself. All these dimensions that we enter is our ability to communicate with so many other beings and forms of life and realities and dimensions that we need to be in touch, because we are the entire universe. Our approach is totally different. It's a cosmovision, a spiritual cosmovision. So in these ancient traditions, we have different types of shaman, let's call like this. In each tradition, there's different names. But let's resume. You have the holders of spaces that they need to certify that everything is safe. And it's like they open the door and close the door. You have the ones that they have that, and they are the singers, that they sing songs. And through these songs, people go deeply inside of them and they heal themselves. And then there are other kind of shamans that they really bring the healing into the ceremony and for each person. So they are already aware of other dimensions, and they can travel, and they can be inside of each person's journey as the journey of all. And they can be guides, spiritual guides inside of those journeys. And there's still even other level, that is the shaman, that they can travel inside of each person, and the community ceremony, the social, has one body, because the ceremony itself, it's a being too. But they have the vision, they can see what is going on, and they can even do the work for people that they can't do. They can go inside of the body, of the spirit, of the other dimensions, and do the work that some people they want and they can't do. So they have the vision. And this is only a few, not all the shamans, and especially now that people are entering in these ancient traditions without really developing the qualities that they can develop by being on the side of the teachers. Now, so many people just buy the ayahuasca or other teacher plants and they start serving. And they were not learning on ceremonies. That is the university of this work for now. There, blossoming, healing, developing the vision, becoming other beings, being in contact with other beings, having challenging those dimensions. So these are totally different kinds of what in general people call shamans, and different kinds of healers. The first, they are not healers, is what we see mostly now. It's like they are just keeping the space and singing beautiful songs. That is totally different from the ones that they are really into the healing process. For these people, even not singing well is not even a problem, because it's not how we sing good or bad, it's how we really use energy, it's how we really have the vision and we do what is necessary. Of course, this from the eyes of science or the ego structure of so many people that they want to become shamans, they can criticize and judge and say, no, it's not true because each person heals themselves. Honestly, that thought is really shallow in my perspective. We help the person to heal themselves, but there's many situations that we really need to be there for them. And not only physical parts, if they are good or not. I'm speaking on the other dimensions, spiritual dimensions, and to go into the cell level to do some kind of work that they can do it. Because they don't know, because they can't, because their family constellation is resisting their lineage. And we need to go there. And it's beautiful when you have that vision, and it's beautiful when you can do that service. Like to have a person that do a great surgery, or you can do a surgery. You just give paracetamol. Sorry for my metaphors, but honestly, this is how I see coming from this ancient wisdom path, is what I see. There's things happening that we can't call ceremonies. They are not ceremonies. Everyone is taking substance. That's it. And they are by themselves in a beautiful environment. Or ugly, I don't know. But the true ceremony is beyond that. It's really about healing and expansion of consciousness.